My name is Jason Faustino, and I'm from New York. I now live in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm a former social worker turned many different hats in the sneaker world. I used to get in trouble in my social work jobs for wearing sneakers, but that's also what allowed me to be good in social work. I connect with the kids I work with through wearing sneakers. Instead of finishing my studies for graduate school, I started working at a local sneaker store. And to me, it was the same thing as a graduate school. I learned sneaker business from top to bottom, from the floor to the stock room to the buying, managing the staff, etc. So I went from working in a store to having a vision for having my own store. And then in 2007, I opened a store called Extra Butter, based on the sneakers and clothing that I like. I built the brand around my love for cinema. So my job now is senior brand manager for Saucony. I manage the collaborations on the original side and the performance side, so both lifestyle and running. I started basically 2019, I'm 4.5 years now. When I left my business at Extra Butter, Saucony called and had an opportunity in marketing. I have no marketing background, but they know that I can bring product stories to life and create events. I really liked that Saucony team was pretty small, very entrepreneurial, so I could work on both sides of marketing and product. And then the other thing that attracted me to Saucony is I always like the smaller underdog brands. They have incredible history of shoes. So I feel if I'm going to be at the brand, we can, lead the brand into its next generation with its modern interpretation, its modern running shoes, as well as finding other archive shoes that never saw the light of day past their, initial inception. I'll just choose one, okay? Colour Plus Companie, Grid Shadow 2. So I'm really excited that this model is back. They were inspired by his different walks on, this was the beach, this was the woods, and this was the snow. I'm gonna sell you this snow one because what I love about this is I kind of like things that are juxtaposed with one another. So when you hear about a snow hike, you think of a lot more wintry boot. With the green and blue, there's like fresh colors in it that I think it can be all season from a look standpoint, even though I know the original story is like hikes through the snow. I've fallen in love with this model because of these design lines. I just don't know. It's so unique for Saucony. I don't think designers design like that nowadays, but they did in the late 90s and it works now. I'm such a fan of the material choices. There's very subtle things, but we took out like the plastic sporty speed lace system here and switched it with these like metal eyelets because that's usually seen on hiking boots and stuff like that. And then I really love the branding. Like it's just Saucony Colour Plus Saucony. The colors, the textures of this cracked leather, suede, embroidery. This came out so good. We worked very hard on these. These are lovely. This was an afterthought. We were only gonna do 2. And at the last second, we talked about hiking in the snow as well. And it came together. I think we designed the shoe in less than 5 minutes. I love when things like that happen. It just goes to show if you're kind of tuned into yourself and what you like and your aesthetic and your tastes, sometimes things can come together easy. It doesn't have to be difficult. So hopefully I've just convinced a bunch of you guys to buy this pair of shoes. It's gonna come out end of year.